Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. Y'all, do not judge. We already know, we're going to say do something. I'm assuming either this video, one of the videos, the shades is going to come up. The reason as to why, you know what I'm saying? Or it could just be because it matches my outfit. I do look. I can't say. But anywho, as Because as I was getting ready to come and record the video, I just started being reminded of these shades, y'all. These shades wasn't even in this room. These shades was tucked away. I haven't seen these shades since I bought them years ago. But we ain't even gonna worry about that. Let's get into the message, okay? So I received this message. Don't mind my coffee maker. Well, my tea maker, okay? It has never made coffee. My tea maker over there. Anyways, I was watching this movie, y'all. And I'm just about, I think it was Tubi. I think it was Tubi. It's a Tubi original. I was like, oh, look at Tubi. They got Tubi originals now. Let's see what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? And the movie is called Girls Get Away Gone Wrong, okay? And it's basically about these three friends. They are going on a vacation for one of the friends' birthday. Baby, they get there, and one of the friends is an influencer, and the other two, one is a mom, and the other one does something else. And as I'm watching, I'm like, this kind of reminds me of that other. I think it's called Girls Trip a little bit, but it's a twist to it, okay? Because they get to the hotel, and the first thing that was different is the friend that is an influencer, she was trying to get their hotel room comped, okay? However, when she gets there, she finds out that there's another influencer already there, or they feel like they have enough influencers, so she has to pay, okay? And instead of packing their things and going to a different hotel, they decide to stay, okay? Anyways, the other influencer is someone that they know. I think they went to college with her or something like that. And they are basically saying that it's kind of like as the movie goes on, it goes into the depths of what's going on in this girl's life, okay? Because she ends up getting taken up out of here in the movie. And at first, the cops were trying to pin it on them, but at the end of the movie you find out that it was a whole different scenario. So the thing was, and I know I'm telling y'all the movie and I know bloopers and whatever, but it's part of the message, so bear with me, y'all. But it turns out that the other girl was not only she's messing around with one of the hotel owners, okay? So the husband and wife, they own the hotel. They have an open marriage that the wife agreed to with spite in her heart, okay? And I've preached about this so many times, and the men be in the comment section trying to argue with me. God said he ordains a husband and a wife, not a husband and 10 wives, not a husband 5 husbands and a wife. Or it's like, and it's a reason, because this wife was not happy about this, okay? She act like she was okay with it, but she wasn't. And as she even says at the end, him playing with my heart, I didn't like it, but I got over it. But then he started playing with my money, and she wasn't feeling. Not only did she not feel that he was cheating on her with whoever he felt like it, she also did not feel the fact that he was going ahead and splurging on these women that he was cheating on her with. And she wasn't feeling it. She ain't like it one bit. So anywho, she is the one that orchestrated this whole event. Now, she really meant to take him out, but he wasn't there. And because he wasn't there and the other girl was there, the girl ended up getting in an argument with the person that she hired, and she ended up, and it's just like this big ball of foolery, okay? And when it comes down to the depths of it, the most interesting thing about this movie to me is it's kind of like what some people don't see, okay, when it comes to people that are living this luxurious lifestyle on social media, especially those that don't really have a way to fund their luxurious lifestyle on social media. This woman is, basically an influencer. She is always on some kind of vacation. She's always at some luxurious hotel. She's always at the best clubs, at the best parties with the best drinks, and she is in the best clothes, and she's doing all of these things. But and she has millions of followers. And here's the thing. It's kind of like, while you can earn an income on social media, and you can very well earn an income doing these things, the way she was doing it is she was sleeping with the owner of the hotel, and he also owned the club that she was a frequenter at. So it's kind of like, and then, while he's paying her legitimately, he is also paying her for the other services that people don't know about. And this is a married man, and his wife is not happy about this. His wife is not feeling it. And on top of all of this, she was being very envious and jealous and how do I say it, territorial over this man who wasn't even her husband, that he married. Okay. And it's just to such a point that, in the movie, even though the movie wasn't really about her specifically, like, it was really about the three friends, but her story is what stood out to me. And, getting past her, like, just the breakdown of her life, to how she's messing around with this married man who she is very territorial over him. She didn't like that he was interested in one of the friends, but then, like, he didn't even do anything with her. But she was so angry to an extent that she was trying to drug them, and she was trying to hurt them, and she was trying to do so. She was just going out of her way. The next part that I noticed is, even when it came down to the club, when they were both there, they got into it, okay? Regardless to why or whatever, they had gotten into it, and they started getting into it at the club. And, they were both told, okay, either y'all gonna kiss and make up and y'all are going to receive funds for this event, or y'all gonna have to figure it out, okay? And it's just kind of like the roller coaster of the lifestyle. When it goes down to the girl in the friend group that was influencer, she was and it's basically a socialite, but new age, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, she gets there, like I said, she got to the hotel, she realized she has to pay, her card bounced, her check bounced or whatever, and she finds out that the concierge, however you say it, I can't even pronounce. I'm so country. But anyways, we're going to keep it pushing. This guy, he is a model on the side, and he starts trying to offer for her to come and work with him. And as she's asking him about this gig, she finds out that it's not really a modeling gig, it's really prostitution, okay? And she's like, I don't know about that, okay? And, she starts getting very emotional. She starts getting frustrated. It turns out that she is also dealing with mentally, she is sick and tired of having to deal with trying to live a perfect life, and wanting her life to ensure that her followers and her subscribers, they love her life, and they like the posts, and they like the this, and they like the that. And it's not to say that, as somebody that, I used to be a model, I used to be an influencer in that kind of sense, but not exactly. I wasn't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real. Say I wasn't doing all that. I was not doing all that, and I was in a relationship. But anywho, baby, when it came down to it, it was just a big ball of mess. And God spoke to me, okay? And God said, you were going down the wrong path, okay? And I know that this is kind of specific, like you said, like I just said, okay? It's specific to me because I I used to be an influencer. I used to be a model. I used to be the kind of person that I'm always promoting some kind of products, and I'm always going here. I'm always doing this. I'm promoting this place. I'm promoting that place. I'm going to be real and say I was not at a place to where they were literally paying me thousands of dollars to be there. I was literally going there. I was already going there, and I was taking pictures while I was there. But yeah, and it's, I was just getting, I would say I was just getting started when God was just like, no, that's not what I want you to do. When God called me to start prophesying, I was basically kind of on the brink of just starting out. I would say a few years in, but it's still, it takes time. Whenever you're doing something, regardless to whatever it is, it does take time to build yourself up, to figure it out, to get in the groove. And especially if it's something that's not meant for you, just like that wasn't really meant for me. And because it wasn't meant for me, it just, no matter what I tried and how wonderful things were, it didn't work out for me. And when I started to go down the path that God truly had for me, things started to happen. Okay, so the scripture comes from Isaiah 1:11. The multitude of your sacrifices, what are they to me, the Lord, says the Lord. I have more than enough burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fattened animals. I have no pleasure in the blood of bulls and lambs and goats. When you come to appear before me, who has asked this of you, this trampling of my courts? Stop bringing meaningless offerings. Your incense is detestable to me. New moon, Sabbaths, and convocations. I cannot bear your worthless assemblies. So here's what God is saying. When we are living our lives in a way that God does not approve of, He is not going to give us a stamp of approval. God is not going to when you are not going along the path that God wants you to go down, you cannot expect that God is going to be happy with you. You cannot expect that you are going to have the peace that God gives you. Like what I do now, I'm not really, I'm gonna be honest and say, I hope that y'all like when I post the video. I hope y'all enjoy. I hope y'all watch it, but it is what it is, because it's not really about all that. I'm not posting this to ensure that everybody is in like with what I'm posting. I don't, I dress the way I dress. I would like, this is just my style. You know what I'm saying? I always been this way. So it's not a situation where I'm doing anything with any intentions of, oh, I hope they watch. Oh, I hope they like. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. No, this is the message that God gave me, and I'm going to relay it to His children. And, the children that are supposed to watch it, they are going to be led to watch this video. And that's what it is. That's just simply what it is. I have said several times, when God called me, I was not getting paid for this. I was losing subscribers, and I was not it wasn't a place where my heart wasn't in a position to where I was thinking that this is the lifestyle that God was giving me. I kind of was in a position where I didn't know where God was leading me. I didn't know where God was taking me, but I knew God was moving in my life. And I'm saying that to say, just how the example of the movie, at the end of the movie, the girl that was influencer, she changed her life around, and she was happier. She was calmer. She was basically like, I'm just going to help out people that they want to live a more normal life. They don't want to live that lifestyle anymore. And that's understood, because sometimes it can be very stressful. If you are living your life to please others, it can be stressful. It can cause anxiety. It can cause this. And it's regardless to if you are living your life to please other people, as far as, the life of someone that is always trying to sell something, the life of someone that is always trying to market something, which is basically what an influencer is doing, what an influencer does. or if it's a situation where someone is always trying to, they're in a group or they're in a clique and they have their group of friends and they have to ensure that they go to the meetings, because if they don't go to the meetings, they gonna make such and such mad. If they miss the party, they gonna make such and such upset. And if they don't wear this, they gonna make this person mad. I'm thinking about how in the Mean Girls, if they didn't wear pink on Wednesday, oh no. Oh, if you wear a vest on this day, everything is on fire. And if you wear jeans or sweatpants, oh no, you can't sit. Like, don't nobody got time for all that. Don't nobody got time for all that. I will wear sweatpants when I please. Period. I just feel like, God is saying and this is like, the mindset of having mental issues and having mental stressors and feeling stressed out and feeling anxious and feeling worried and being overcome with all of these things. This is basically like, this is what happens when you live a life and you are constantly worried about what other people think about you. And you're constantly having to stress yourself. And I just feel like God is saying, when you are living your life in a way that God has not caused you to live your life, then you may end up in a position to where you are not happy with the way your life is going. When you are living your life in a way where you are constantly doing things that God would not approve of, you may find yourself in a position to where you are not happy with the way things are going. Of course, if you are already in a position to where you yourself are a mistress, you not going to be happy about realizing that this man who is not yours does in fact have interest in women that are not his wife, which you really already knew, because hello, okay. And I just feel like so this message, long story short, for somebody, you were going down the wrong path. You were going down the wrong path. And regardless to if other people want to acknowledge it or not, it's not for them to acknowledge, because it's not their life. It's your life. And you have to live your life not for other people, but for you. And when it comes down to it, you should be living a life where you sleep peacefully. You should be living a life where you are happy. You should be living a life where you have joy. You should be living a life where you are not, and it's not to say that every night is going to be perfect and every day is going to be perfect, and there's never going to be somebody that's going to be upset about what you're doing, and there's never going to be somebody that's going to be frustrated, or there's never going to be somebody that's doing this. And like, baby, they like, let's be real. Just like the message I got a couple days ago, they gonna be mad regardless. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna be upset about the fact that you are literally just existing on this planet, regardless to what you do. It don't matter what you do, and it don't matter how you do it. And as somebody that has experienced this, like, baby, every time I do something, it's somebody that's mad. It's somebody that's bothered. It's somebody that, oh, I don't think you should do that. Oh, I don't feel like that's for you. Oh, I did not ask you. And you can keep your opinion to yourself. God says sometimes you just gonna have to ignore people, and that's okay. But when it really come down to it, if you want peace in your life and you want happiness and you want to be able to wake up feeling refreshed, and regardless if you got 3 hours of sleep or 10 hours of sleep, you better have your life going on the path that God has ordained your life to go down. And don't be worried about what other people think that you should be doing, or what they feel like you should be doing, or what they would prefer for you to be doing. Because guess what? Even if you was doing what they preferred, baby, they gonna be mad still. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter. And this is coming from somebody, like I said, I used to I used to desire to please people. I used to desire to make people happy. I used to have a desire to want to do things that will make people feel like, oh, I want to be friends with her. Oh, I want to hang out with her. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that. Baby, I don't have time for that. I do not care anymore. I don't. And it's not to say I don't care as if I'm mean and I'm nasty and I'm rude. No, I don't care as in I'm not going to allow somebody else's opinion about what I'm doing that don't have nothing to do with them put me in a position to where I am not doing what God wants me to do, because oh no, everything would just crumble and fall apart if they don't like me. Oh well, too bad. Sometimes people just not gonna like you. And 9 out of 10, the people that don't like you when you are going down the path that God has ordained you to go down, they not going to like you even if you going down the path they think that you should go down or that they want you to go down. Let's be real. And, I just feel like God is saying don't allow anybody to lead you astray. Like, regardless of how they come. Even if they come to you as if they, there are people that will come acting as if they were sent by God. But if they coming and they telling you that you don't need to do what God ordained you to do, what God asked you to do, what God called you to do, then they not coming from a place of holiness. It's not. And that's just that's what it is. God is saying no. He pulled you out of living a certain way for a reason. He pulled you out of living a certain lifestyle for a reason. He made sure that you would not be able to go and work here, work there, and I just feel like for some of you, it could be a situation where you were living, you were working for somebody else. And you were having a hard time working there. You were frustrated working there. And you were even if it could be a situation where you had to deal with people ganging up on you, harassing you, messing with you. That was a sign from God that it wasn't meant for you to work there. Because if you can't have peace at work, then let me tell you about life. Because that's where most people spend majority of their time. And if you can't have peace at work, it's one thing to not have peace at home. It's crazy. It's the crazy night. Like those two places, if you don't have peace at home and peace at work, something ain't right. And I just feel like this is for somebody. God pulled you up out of that. God pulled you up out of that, and he gave you something where you have peace, where you have joy. And now here comes somebody trying to tell you that you don't need to do what God then gave you that gives you peace and gives you joy. God said he did not send them, and they need to return the way they came. And that's the message. That's the message. God said he ain't sent them. He did not send them. He didn't ordain them to come and tell you nothing. He didn't tell them to open their mouth and speak nothing like that. You do what God told you to do. You were already going down the wrong path. Why would you listen to somebody that's trying to tell you to turn around and go back? And God then saved you. Why? God says when one of his sheep are lost, he himself will leave the 99 to go and find that one and rejoice when that one is found. So why in the world would God send somebody to tell you, no, you were supposed to stay lost. Now get away from here. Why would he do that? That don't even make sense. Where's the logic? Common sense then flew out the window. Like this crazy person that come over here every morning blowing the horn. I know y'all couldn't hear it. I know y'all probably can't hear it, but they just blowing the horn. Dang, use your cell phone and call. That is just so rude, baby. Let me tell you about life and how I would not deal with it. They wouldn't be coming up to me blowing no gosh darn horn thinking I'm finna come and respond to nothing. How rude. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.